Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Elected himself. Where's rightful ruler? Hey yo! Eli! Hail them high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them comes without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at East.
Well, so before I go there, talk to us about your journey into nursing and your professional evolution.
Oh, so I went to school at Borough of Manhattan Community College, which actually was also the alma mater of Joanne Chesima Asada Shakur.
Okay.
So you know it was a struggle because this is now the early 80s. I finished nursing school 1985, but this is the early 80s, and Rastafari was not. It wasn't popular.
Yeah.
Dreadlocks wasn't popular.
Mhm.
Culture wasn't popular like it is now.
Yeah.
And so widely accepted.
Mhm.
So my first year as a nursing student was during the year of the when America invaded Grenada,
Okay.
and our clinical was at the VA hospital, and I
Mhm.
took care of a Rasta man who was injured by the U.S. Marines.
Okay.
There, but you know, it was interesting. I always had to be the best
Mhm.
because I was scrutinized more than any
Yeah.
of the other students in the
Yes.
classroom.
And
Because
excellence.
right, and you know, Rastafari always has a reputation.
Mhm.
But I persevered. The first year semester class had 300 students.
Mhm.
The graduating class had 36.
Wow.
You know.
And there I was in the midst as one of the.
Oh, I was at the top. I wasn't
Okay.
in the midst.
Give thanks for the clarity. So you hear that, Lion Pride, excellence, you know, from our Rastafari family, you know, excellent. So we give thanks. You see that
I
number
said
is coming.
earthquake.
So that shows the frequency is going out there, you know. So what I want to know is what was it that called you into nursing? You know, because nursing is a very demanding
It is.
profession. It can be very taxing, and the type of nursing that you were doing, it wasn't a regular
No, I
nursing
did
as well.
critical care my entire career.
Mhm.
I did. The only place I never worked was the operating room and dialysis, but
Mhm.
every other aspect of nursing I did. But my 4-year-old self, I still have the book at home somewhere. Where the nursery school they interviewed me,
Mhm.
and I said that I wanted to be either a nurse or a doctor.
Okay.
So
So from the age of 4,
from the age of 4.
something called. And how has that profession served you along your trod in terms of, you know, has it instilled certain values? Have you, obviously financially, it allowed you to travel?
It allowed me to travel. It allowed me to provide for my children because I was a single parent.
Yes, and we're going to touch on that as
And
well.
I had to, you know, I did it allowed me to do I always say that a household needs 2 incomes,
Mhm.
but nursing allowed me to be one person and to earn 2 incomes.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, I did what I had to do, and I loved it. You know, I'm still, even though I'm retired now 3 years, I still maintain relationships with patients that I had years ago.
Okay.
I maintain relationship with people that I worked with years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a calling.
And it's a beautiful calling and something that we need in Rastafari because a lot of us are succumbing to the same illnesses that affect the wider population.
Right.
So we're going to talk about that. So, in terms of the tradition now, you're a nurse, you're Rastafari. The thing that I find fascinating about the idol is that I think there's only a handful of Rastafari family that actually not only has been to the continent but been repeatedly to the continent in terms of Rastafari family in the West. So this conversation that we can have is not a conversation that many of I and I can really have in a fullness because many of I and I have never stepped foot on that side. Okay, take us up to the first trip to Africa.
Well, my first trip to Africa was the epic
Yes.
centenary trip
Yes.
of 1992.
Okay.
And it was epic in terms of so many Rasta had not congregated on the continent in Ethiopia before, and ones came from all over the diaspora.
Yes.
We had a delegation from Jamaica.
Mhm.
We had a delegation from the States. There was a delegation from England. And it was just a coming together like not that had never happened before. And then also we were able to embrace the settlers.
Yes.
Mama Bar, Papa Bar,
Yes.
Brother Moody,
Yes.
all of those people. We sat and we reasoned with them.
Living history.
Living history.
What were some of the things that they shared with the eye?
Oh, Mama Bar always talked about how when His Majesty came to Shashamane, he always brought gifts for them.
Yes.
Anytime they went to Addis, they were always welcomed in the palace. It was just a very, very honorable time for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this refutes a lot of people who try to say His Majesty denied I and I. His Majesty distanced himself from I and I. When you talk to early ones who encountered, they speak about the love.
Yes.
I had a chance to reason with Mortimer Plano and other ones who, visited the palace, and they always talk about the deference His Majesty showed them, the love,
Yes.
the royal treatment, making sure that they were taken care of. Not once was he saying, "I'm not God, and why are you guys doing this and that?" No.
He was so humble.
He was just humble.
He was humble.
Yes.
And he loved them.
He loved them.
Yeah.
Provided land,
Yes.
And as a good father, he's not going to give you everything. You still have to work and show what
Right.
you're worthy, because you don't want to be a helicopter parent,
Right.
as we know as parents, because you build lack of confidence in your youth if you try to
Right.
do everything for them.
Right.
So this centenary, there were 2 films made. What were those films?
One was
Was
the year
Year of the Creator,
and the other film was the centenary.
Centenary.
Right.
And
One was done by Russ Moya,
yeah.
and the other one was by Johnny Dollar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this centenary also gave birth to the famous chant by Marshanti.
Yes.
1892
Yes.
in the province of Harar, and other very historic moments.
And Russ Ivy's chant also. It was in 18. That was Russ Ivy's chant.
Oh, that was Ras Ibai chant. Okay.
Ma Shanti's chant was a different chant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ras Ibai, say.
Let's
Well,
give
give you the credit.
Jackie.
Yeah, well, give the idea.
Yeah,
the
that was
credit.
Russ Ivy's chant.
So, all right. So, what I want to do, because you have been to, I'm just realizing, you have been to some monumental Naya Bingis. Talk to me about some of your most memorable bingi. 'Cause that is one thing that kind of, because I haven't been as mobile, I've missed some mighty celebration.
Yes.
I know that I get to attend a lot of those. What have been some of them, the mighty bingies that stand out in your iris?
Well, I'm gonna say the centenary was the lifetime.
Yeah.
Only because the tabernacle was erected like right then and
Yeah.
there,
Okay.
and it was rainy season,
Okay.
and like we all came to Africa, and we were expecting one thing, and the place was cold, and it was raining, and we had fire, and we were sitting by the fire about to catch on fire, but we were still cold, and it was just a different experience.
Yes.
And the tabernacle, they just had some tarpaulin, and it was raining, and we had to all huddle outside
Yeah.
because we didn't want to get wet, but we chanted, and at the time we were like, whoa. But that just shows you what faith does.
Faith, yes.
What kind of determination, what kind of drive, what kind of zeal faith grants you.
Yes.
And even though we were in a strange place, and the Shashamane of 1992 is nothing like the Shashamane of 2020.
Which is a major metropolitan city now.
You cannot believe that.
Yeah.
The transformation is astonishing.
Mm-hmm.
And the people were very hostile.
Okay, even then.
Huh?
Hmm.
There was a brethren there. He was from England. I don't remember the brethren's name, but he was with the Kenyan sister, and they had a tent. I took a tent. We were roughing it.
Yeah.
This is Bingi.
Yeah, Naya Bingi.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, don't be afraid, for I am with the eye. I will bring thy children from the east and gather thee from the west. I shall say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from afar, my daughters from the end of the earth.
While you waiting, down in the west it seems your life frustrating. Down in the west it seems the haters keep hating. Africa awake, creators start creating. Then will be party waiting. Me and me woman love making. Leave Babylon and them hating. One love Africa and Jamaican. Then we'll be party waiting. Whole family them celebrating. Leave Babylon and them hating. One love Africa and the Haitian. The story written in my DNA. Them up my four parents never get no pay. But down in a them system I could never stay. For 100 years been planning a getaway. Them put us down in a the ghetto, now things get away. And the way the system set up seems it's set away. Now the ghetto youths them praying for a better day. I know them bugger them vex the day we step away. Until then, we will be reparty waiting. Me and me woman love making. Leave Babylon and them hatings. Black Americans will be participating. Then we will be reparty waiting. Whole family them celebrating. We leave Babylon and them faking. In a Brazil them and mama communicating. The story written in my DNA. That's why me couldn't work for no CIA. That's why me couldn't work for no DEA. How many innocent lives did they put away? Put us under the jail to the book of wages. So many African males, please don't look away. I remember the land that they took away. Now Babylon them have to pay for their cookie pays. Until then, we will be reparty waiting. Me and me woman love making. Leave Babylon and them hating. In the UK them say them tired of the waiting. Then we will be reparty waiting. Whole family them celebrating. Leave Babylon and them hating. All over earth the African participating.